Good morning. Picture yourself. It's bright. You take a step back, but then all the lights shut off. You hear breathing. You panic. You start scrambling around. You don't know where to turn. Everywhere you turn, you see his face. Seems to be in front of you. You can't get away. You don't know where your friends are to help you out. All of a sudden, Jared Verse is right in front of you, sacking you. You are Kyler Murray of the Arizona Cardinals. This is a horror story for all NFC West quarterbacks coming soon. I am Tuna, one half of Tuna, and the Sheriff, my co-patriot, my compadre, my amigo, my bromigo, my Barack Bro Obama, my bro Chacho,
Yeah.
Sheriff Joe Bags. Hello.
What up?
Do you like my short horror story of your NFL quarterback facing Jared Verse?
Yeah, dude, they're not ready. I mean, it's there's only so many people that can make an NFC quarterback yell, "Oh my God!" when throwing the football. And, we've got another one of those, which is pretty cool stuff, man. So
all the Teron Armstead stuff coming out, like, did Jared Verse like make a deal with him? Was like, hey, bro, I need you to put some good PR out for me. Do they have the same agent?
Dude, that's so funny, man. Yeah, that's I've been loving that. Like, and it's becoming like, I don't know, it's making its rounds even further. Oh, I see what you're doing. I thought yours was a high five. I don't know. Is that
that too?
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool that's like, it's not only getting its rounds, but because it's like people keep asking Armstead about that comment and stuff, and he just keeps being like, yeah, dude, I don't want to play him. So I've been eating that up, man. Fun stuff.
I have enjoyed. If you go back and watch, I think the biggest clips people put a Verse out from last season are the Vikings game, of course, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Both Eagles games, he's got phenomenal highlights there. But then in that Miami game, I didn't really watch a lot of playback on that one because it was such a frustrating game to watch. But you go back and watch him and like swim move inside Teron Armstead, bully the left guard, and sack Tua. Like he does grown man stuff that I see why Teron Armstead's like, yeah, what am I supposed to do? I don't.
The way he impacts people, man. Like when you see him making a move and then somebody else is trying to help, or they're just kind of standing there and he happens to have his momentum going a certain way, people get absolutely wrecked out here, dude. That's like when they say it's a car crash every play. It's a semi crash every time you're playing against one Mr. Jared Verse, man. He's absolutely killing people out here. It's so much fun to watch.
There is a different vibe to the defensive line, though. Like looking back. The pre-Verse era of like even with Aaron Donald, like we've had phenomenal defensive lines, but I've never seen, especially a young group like this that will just sacrifice their body. And it doesn't seem like any of them care about getting the sack themselves. They just want the defense to get the sack. They want the defense to play.
Someone will get there. Create chaos.
And Braden Fisk does this too. Like they're so chaotic. It's like watching someone pirouette with knives, like just completely. They don't care if they hit you with their side, with their leg. Like they're gonna bump into you and hit you.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of car crashes. I don't. It's violent. It's very violent.
It's awesome. It's my favorite. I love this. I can't wait, dude. We're 10 weeks out, man. That's kind of crept up on me. I'll be honest. I'm gonna have to start doing some two-a-days, and by that I mean that I always rewatch the whole season before, like leading up into the new season. And we're only 10 weeks away, which means I gotta start pounding out two games of Sunday until we get up there, man. Which is literally 2 games of Sunday because like we got it because we had 2 playoff games too. So
not you treating the new NFL season like a actual TV series. You're like, the new season's coming out, so I want to get re-caught up. On Breaking Bad. I forgot what happened last season.
Yeah, I can't be, I don't want to be confused at what's going on, Yeah, I got to get my body right.
Yeah. What if someone missed the season and like, oh yeah, I got to get caught up before. I don't know these new characters. I don't know the
new Yeah, some character development, you know what I mean? That's why I got to go back and rewatch and make sure that I'm, staying up. Hell yeah, dude, I absolutely love that. I did that with Squid Game. I haven't watched the 3rd season yet, but same concept. I'll go back and
that reminds me. I gotta remember where it was. It may have been Reddit. There's this guy doing this trend. I don't, obviously there's no way he actually was doing this, but he was LARPing as somebody who has never watched football before. So he was like, I'm gonna start at the beginning and I'm gonna get all caught up. So he was like,
oh, that's
dang. He's like, dang, these black and white movies are so awful.
Yeah.
I wonder
He's
if
like,
Lombardi's going to be
y'all check out the
important.
Decatur Staleys, bro. They're on fire. Like,
Every once in a while, you'll see a random post. You're like, wow, season, I forgot what Super Bowl it was. Season ended phenomenally. I don't know who this young Tom Brady kid is, but I hope he does well in the future. Like, that was a really cool game to watch.
He's got a cool story, being 6th round pick and stuff.
Oh, they drafted I won't go there. Never mind.
It's the best soap opera in the world, man. The NFL. I absolutely love it. Yeah, man. So we're 10 weeks out. Which honestly, it'll be here before you know it. I know that feels like a long time and all that stuff, but I understand that you had something prepared as we begin. I would say this is probably about our beginning. This is like, July starts tomorrow. That's about when I start shifting really into like looking forward into this new season and stuff like that. So, what do you got here for us today?
I got overrated, underrated NFL edition. It is not just the Rams. I'll throw some Rams in there, but we're going to look at the landscape that is the NFL. Before we start, though, the people that are watching that lock in with us every week, they're going to get a first chance of this. I didn't even tell you this, but we, Tune in the Sheriff, are going to do a giveaway. We don't know the rules yet, but we're just getting everybody a heads up. Nice. There's a few things. Selfishly, the first one is a first and Tuna hat.
What?
Yeah. A-frame. Also, we're not done. I know I showed you these already.
Yeah.
But my good friend and fan of the show, Rampage, the mascot, has custom merch. Sheriff Joe Bags has a pair coming already. You can have one too. Would you like some custom Rampage gloves? Just to kind of show off, maybe the kids want them.
I need one of these.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember which button it is, but
hey. And last but not least, maybe it's your size, maybe it's not, but a Matthew Stafford jersey.
Wait.
Oh. Did you mute me?
Yeah, my bad. I forgot that air horn was on your button too. God dang, dude. God dang, dude. Yeah, so we're like are we important?
We're just giving away stuff, man.
Okay.
Oh, I'm echoing on your end, by the way.
I don't know what to do anymore. Hold on.
Oh no.
What now?
I can talk quieter. There we go. We're good.
Okay. I don't know what I did, but I fixed it. I'm tech.
No rules yet. I woke up this morning and I was like, hey,
man. Figure it out.
We got to do this giveaway. Let's bundle this stuff up. 3 cool items, and we'll post rules like on social media. So we'll figure it out. But
all right,
if you're watching, hey, heads up, that's happening.
One more time. So that's a giveaway that includes a First and Tuna podcast hat, a pair of Rampage gloves, which are very unique to the Rams fandom. If you are, one of the hardcores, definitely something you got to get. And then a Matthew Stafford jersey. Geared up, dude. That's you show up to the stadium with that, you're looking so fire, dude. That's so sick. Hell yeah.
I'm just saying I'd be excited about the Rampage gloves because those are custom and those are not buyable anywhere whatsoever. So lock in. But yes, the game today is overrated, underrated. There's a few NFL stars out there that I love scoping the landscape. I love seeing their progression. And sometimes I'm confused. I'm like, man, why is this guy not getting love? How come people aren't seeing what I see? Or alternatively, why does everyone keep talking about this guy? He's not that good. Yeah. So we're going to start fresh out the gate. Why is Matthew Stafford underrated?
Matthew Stafford's underrated because he still, for some reason, is not like when you bring up the best quarterbacks in the NFL, for some reason, he is like the secondary thought. Everybody comes in with a Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, names like that, and then he's like, and then like as they're thinking, they're like, oh yeah, and Matthew Stafford is in there. It's like, but where? And then I feel like everybody kind of puts him as like number 6 in the NFL. Like he's not a top 5, he's a number 6. I think he is 1 or 2. And maybe that's biased, but also just, look at what he does out there, man. The way he's picking apart that defense, the way he's doing the no looks, the way he's manipulating things, the way he just understands the game and his own offense against what his defense is. The defense is, like what his offense is going to look like in that defense. I think that there's no argument there, and I think that Rams fans even will know. It'll be very obvious when he leaves. We are going to be a worse football team, at least for a little bit. I don't know, like. It's going to be very difficult to pull in somebody who is as good as Matthew Stafford right away. And I'm not sure it happens. I'll be honest. I think that we're a worse football team the second he is gone. And that's when we'll definitely notice it. And the rest of the league, I think we'll catch that as well.
Yeah, your relevance as an NFL team rises and falls along with do you have an actual franchise quarterback?
Yeah.
Let's stick inside the NFC West. Let's go with our division rival, San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
Nick Bosa, overrated or underrated?
Ooh, that's a tough one, actually. I'm gonna say over because he's, first of all, a 49er. I don't know. There's maybe more appropriately rated than anything, but I would say over just because, I mean, he's not that Aaron Donald type where everybody knows you got to take him out of the game, and you can't. You can get him out of your game plan. So
I've felt that for a long time. That was kind of a personal shot from myself unfairly.
Nice.
I think that from both Bosa brothers. I think the story is fun.
Joey's.
I'd agree. Joey can't stay healthy. That's a huge thing.
I mean, his personality is tough, man. When he's out here yelling at fans and stuff, you're like, all right, guy, it's chill.
Yeah, I hope that isn't as prevalent in the NFL as we think. But yeah, I think the story is cool. I think that they had the pedigree, Ohio State guys, super talented. But then I go look at like TJ Watt, and I don't think they have that same impact. I think a lot of that is namesake and talent and likability, because Niners fans love Bosa. I see the allure, like especially from the female fans. Guy's hot. Guy's hot as hell. But yeah, I think he's overrated myself. Let's go. So we're in agreement on that one. Let's go across the nation to another quarterback who is a little undersized. Bryce Young, quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. Overrated or underrated?
Man,
he finished. Mind you, he's got a weird career. He got benched at some part last year, came back in. Look like, hey, that kind of count that as his rookie year, new coaching. Started seeing spurts once, like has some tough games. I personally like the kid, so it's not a shot at him. But what do you think? Overrated?
Yeah,
underrated?
I think I've told that story before here, where after he had gotten benched, there was that guy that asked for his autograph, and you said he just looked real dejected. But he kind of looked up, and the guy was holding his jersey, and just the way he kind of handled that, and I don't know, that was I really liked that moment. So I'm actually a supporter myself. I would say under, man. I just don't think he's gotten a fair shake yet. I don't think he's been in a situation where we can truly evaluate him. Obviously, we know what he did in college, and he's clearly got one hell of an arm. Yeah, he's undersized, all that stuff, but I mean, so is Aaron Donald. So I mean, what the hell does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, he's undersized. Okay. So is Drew Brees. I mean, like, Darren Sproles? I mean, who cares, dude? So, I think I'm a supporter. I would say he's underrated, and he just hasn't been in a situation yet where we can properly evaluate his skill set in the NFL.
Same. We're 2 for 2. We're in agreement. Like I said, it's tough, not only when you have rotating coaches, but when you play on a franchise that has some questionable ownership at points. It's really tough to know how to properly lead and progress in an organization, especially at the quarterback position. We're going to switch gears here. Different position, different conference. We're going to the AFC, all up north to our good friends in Indianapolis, where I am a co-fan of the Indianapolis Colts, because we have some loved ones out there.
For sure.
Colts running back Jonathan Taylor, overrated or underrated?
Man, that's a good one too. You're nailing these. I'm glad you didn't go with the quarterback here, because I was about to look like a jerk. But if we're going with JT, Man, that's tough because I want to. My brain wants to say over because there's some times where I just don't feel like he's at his, you know, playing to his capabilities, but he's also so good. So I'm gonna go under just because he is really really talented. And then again, it's similar to how I answered the Matthew Stafford question. I feel like when you talk about it's like who's the best running back in the league, everybody goes with Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, all this stuff, and then that's the like the one that's thrown in there. Like oh yeah, and somebody like Jonathan Taylor. I don't know what oh oh I don't know what's happening
Properly
here.
rated.
Um,
I don't know what you're saying, but whatever you just said, I disagree. Noted.
yeah, he's
Noted.
right. So gets the Steven Jackson treatment. Motor in a really bad car. Yeah, he's the yeah. That's like putting Jeff Gordon in a Tercel, and it's like yeah, it's not it's the
Yeah.
vehicle, it's not the driver.
Yeah. So he's if we're talking about just on field production, I'm gonna have to say underrated.
hmm
Um, I think I'll just keep it at that because I think that organization has had some issues the last few years, and I don't think he's immune to that. But let me just run off some of his numbers. Last year, um, obviously, we know that the hard spot with this team is the quarterback situation. They can't figure it out ever since Andrew
Yeah,
Luck's been gone. Um,
yeah.
last
That's
year, 300 carries, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. 2003, 2022, both were really down years, I think, because of injury. 700 yards, 860 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. But in the rest of his career, in 2021, he had 1,800 yards, 18 touchdowns.
that's
During
a damn good.
COVID, he had 1,100 yards and 11 touchdowns. Like, that's a damn good running back.
So he basically gets a touchdown for every 100 yards he's rushing. That's pretty cool.
He's really fucking good at running back.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, he's good.
dude, just
Best thing too is like it's all. I mean, obviously numbers are a big part of it, but like watch him play. I mean, the dude's really good at football. So sometimes it is that simple. I truly believe that. I do think that we overcomplicate things. Watch the game. Is he good at football or not? I think that that's where you can start. And then when you can't really decide, it's like, well, he's sometimes good at football. That's when you need to start diving in. Or it's like these two guys are good at football. Which one's better? All right, now we got to dive further in. But he's good.
so what did we both agreed on underrated on this one?
I think so. Is that what I
Okay.
said?
Yes. All right.
Nice.
I got some spicy ones here.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's dive into the problematic guys.
All right.
New wide receiver for the Patriots, Stephon Diggs. Overrated or underrated?
Right now I'm going to say overrated. Yeah, I don't know if I have that much more reasoning behind that. I'm gonna go with he's overrated, man. I think that's a tough spot to be in right now. For him specifically, he's got all of his contract stuff too. So I feel like he's gonna come in with a down year. So that's why I think I'm saying that.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I'm torn on this one. I'm gonna say underrated, and I think he has been underrated. I think the drama, I think some of the quote unquote what a lot of the big media will say is antics,
Mhm.
overshadow his play, what he's capable of. But he's always been a sure-handed, dynamic receiver on the field. I think he brings more to the locker room positively than probably gets attention because otherwise, why would teams be scrounging for him and not giving him the Deontay Johnson treatment where it's just like, dude, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I think combining him with Drake May, I think he's going to have 1,000-yard season. I don't think he'll be like a top 10 guy, but I think he'll bring some stability to that room and be a dynamic playmaker for Drake May, who I'm a fan of. I think Drake May has a big year.
Patriots are going to be a pretty good team, actually. I'm convinced of that. There's two teams that I think take major jumps this year, and the Patriots are one of them.
Lukewarm take from Sheriff Joe Bags because I don't think it's crazy. It's not hot. It's not hot, not cold. It's logical.
Yeah, and last year, I got a little bit of pushback last year on my team that I was like, this team's gonna pop off this year, dude. They've made some really good additions, and everybody's like, not everybody, but there's a lot of people like, we'll see. And when that was Washington.
Oh yeah, I believe them. I think they'll have an okay year. I don't think they'll be phenomenal, but hey, you're jumping the gun.
Sorry.
You're jumping the gun.
Sorry, Jesus.
We're coming back to the NFC West.
Okay.
Another quarterback, one who Rams fans are not a fan of at
Yeah.
all. Not just because he's a division rival, but because he likes to talk shit. Kyler Murray of the Arizona Cardinals, underrated or overrated?
He's so overrated. I don't understand it. I don't understand how the Cardinals, how they were like, when you find a franchise quarterback, you sign him to a contract. It's like, what the hell are you doing with Kyler? What, like, what's going on out here, then, man? It's like you sound dumb out here, Arizona. So I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. He doesn't do anything special. He's fast. I mean, I'll give you that. For his size, I think he's got a pretty strong arm. Other than that, man, I don't think he really elevates that team. I don't think that he especially I think that if you take him out of that offense and put somebody else in there, it runs pretty similar. You don't see that with, Matthew Stafford. Our offense definitely takes a huge hit when he's out and stuff like that. And there's certain players that do that when they're not on the field, your team is worse. And when Kyler's not on the field, the Arizona Cardinals are still just the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm going to say he's overrated.
Before I give my judgment, I have a theory that they keep extending him and they want him to be there forever because of how small he is and how hot and what the climate is in Arizona. Because he's so compact, he keeps water in. And so it's safe to have him as a quarterback because he's constantly hydrated.
He rises, dude. He's not experiencing any of that.
Shut the fuck up. He's not experiencing it. He has no idea what we're talking about.
He's like, it's like 67. What are you guys talking about?
He's like, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Low to the ground. Constantly hears footsteps coming.
Because you're small, Kyler. Get it?
That's how he knows the defender's coming, because he's low to the ground. He can hear
the
footsteps.
Yeah. He's taking kneecaps to the forehead out here.
God, if he ever sees us, he hates us.
He should.
I think overrated as well. I think mostly because I think what coaches are trying to get out of him, I think they're hoping to get like Lamar Jackson-esque mobility, along with what we've seen from Washington quarterback. I can't think of his name. Washington quarterback.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, thank you.
Jaden.
Yeah, they're trying to get Jaden Daniels out of him, but he's a little bit shorter. And unfortunately, like the same thing with Bryce Young, that shortness does hinder you. It is hard. Like if you ever look at, even Tua is pushing that limit in Miami. If you watch his like training camp from last year where he had the camera on, like the number one comment was, how the fuck do you know what's happening? You don't. You are guessing half the time, and you are hoping your quarterback knows the playbook and the defense inside and out. Like to a T.
I always think about the Drew Brees clips where he was like on his tippy toes, looking over linemen, trying to see. He's all leaned back, like trying to get a glimpse out there.
Dude, it's really tough. I wanted to bring up this next player because Teron Armstead named him actually over Jared Verse in his talking, and I think a little bit of it showing some love to a former teammate. Teron Armstead, when he was naming his 5 like defensive players of the future or whatever it was. He said Chop Robinson, edge for the Miami Dolphins is going to be like legendary for the Dolphins. Your thoughts on the guy coming into his second year?
I wanted Chop real bad. I don't know. I would say that we definitely don't know who he fully is yet. I mean, he wasn't like one of those Jared Verse where, I mean, in that game against Detroit for Jared Verse, we knew it was like, oh, this guy's a murderer, and we haven't necessarily seen that. We haven't not seen that, but it's he didn't explode onto the scene like Jared Verse. So I would say he's underrated. I think he's got all the talent to be one of the top pass rushers in the NFL for sure.
Damn, I thought we were going to disagree on this one. I misjudged you, Joe. I misjudged you.
You do that.
No, I thought you were going to go hard line rammer and just be like, nope, don't my guy over everyone else. Because I agree, underrated. I think probably not utilized the right way by the DC in Miami. Shown it in spurts. The only thing I think is different between him and Verse in terms is just off-field stuff. I think on the field, Chop Robinson is probably more talented than Jared Verse in a lot of things. But Chop Robinson gives me Micah Parsons vibes, where it's like when you hear him talk, when you hear him interact with people, you're like, I don't want that guy on the mic.
Yeah.
I'm okay. But
Well,
Jared Verse, like, we want all the content because he's funny as hell. I think that's the only difference is just personality. That's literally it.
that is, yeah. Yeah, Jared's obnoxious. I love it.
We mean that in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then my last one, let me pick here because I got 3 or 4 more, but I want to
Yeah,
finish.
yeah.
Those.
I gotta go work soon. And
all right, last one. We're going to bring it back to our division rival. Strong safety for the 49ers, Malik Mustafa. Overrated or underrated?
I mean, I want to say over because it's another Niner, but I think he's really good. I'm gonna say he's underrated, man. He's a hell of a player. I don't know. That's all.
I think over. I think he's a hard hitter. I think he's
Yeah.
got a great story, but the way some of these Niners fans are talking about him like he's the next Ed Reed, it's like, hey, I think he's a hard hitter. I think he's more of a Taylor Mays than he is an Ed Reed.
They do that though, man. They do that, and for San Fran, he like fits in the perfect like San Fran safety mold. The Hafunga, Jimmy Ward, like he's got like that play style. It just kind of it seems like they've always got one of those. A TJ McDonald is kind of like how I see those guys. It's like really good, like definitely a thumper. Could use some work at coverage, but you know, like was still out there killing it. So I like TJ McDonald. He was fun.
Okay. So for the most part, we kind of agree on most of these. I thought it were going to be. I picked this specifically so we could argue, but here you are being agreeable. That's all I got for you as a grand prize because you won. You win my friendship. Congratulations!
What?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
That's been the game. That's what I had for you today.
Yeah, that's fun, man. I like that. I do gotta get going, but yeah, that was absolutely awesome. We'll do let me get a list together for next time, and we'll do another overrated underrated as I'm doing two a days as I rewatch the last season so that I'm caught up for what's going on this season. That's so
there
fun.
you go.
I didn't even think about it in terms of like that's like a TV show of like when the new season's about to come out. Like,
literally,
I gotta remember what happened. I don't want to be lost, you know. That's so funny, dude.
It's literally what it is. Here we I know we can do a send out. Could we give a Jared Verse thumbs up and thumbs down as we get out of here?
Yeah, let's get it. Wait, hold on. Let me hit the thing. All right.